Hello, and welcome back to the Only Swans Podcast, where finally the drama of the transfer window is over and we can get on with focusing on the main event, what happens on the pitch. How are you, Carwyn?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Good, yeah, good. It's sort of excited, quite positive about the club at the moment, but I don't know if you feel the same way.
Yeah, of course. I mean, how can't you be excited right now?
Yeah, I mean, we're recording this the day after deadline day, so many of you will have listened to us on a space last night, where we obviously talked about some of the deadline day deals. We'll probably talk a little bit about some of that again, but mainly focus on the 3 games we've played and the transfer window as a whole. And I know you, like me, are pretty excited about that.
Yeah, 100%.
So obviously we played two games in the league since we last spoke and one in the cup as well. The first one to take place was the Watford game. What did you make of that one, Karen?
I thought we were the better team in that, to be honest. I mean, we started off a bit slow maybe. And Aaron Kunda obviously scored a phenomenal goal, but that was it really for Watford. They weren't, as threatening as we were, I thought, in that match, and they didn't really look like the side that deserved the win in that game. Obviously, it ended in a draw, but we drew as a result of a set piece, not as a result of our own play.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with you. I think a draw was a fair result. Was the way I'd look at it. We sort of were quite sluggish for the first hour or so, but really, really good in the last half an hour. And not coincidentally, I don't think that was when Marcus Stamenic came onto the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously made his debut, came on, instantly got booked, flew into a mental slide tackle when he was on a yellow card. But apart from that, it was absolutely brilliant and has been in, every game since. But I thought a draw was a fair result. I mean, Watford were not at their best because Imran Louza and Chakvetadze both were out. Louza through suspension, Chakvetadze through injury. And there will be sides who have tougher games against Watford this season. I mean, they benched Quadro Bar for some reason. I don't really understand that.
No.
But Aaron Kunda scored a lovely free kick. That Kerem guard they had up front, he was a real handful throughout. But we're just so defensively solid, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, it's one of the only goals we've conceded. So.
Well, we're yet to concede from open play in the league, aren't we? So, as you say, one of the very few we've conceded, and I do think we played well in the last half an hour and probably could have nicked it.
Yeah,
but a fair result really. And then after that, Sheffield Wednesday, we'll come back to the cup. But what did you make of that one?
I thought we were solid again in that game. We created plenty of chances. I thought. Again, the first half we looked a bit slow. I think that is maybe a recurring theme now. But that second half, we blew them away. Vaponic was unbelievable. We didn't really mention his goal against Watford then, but he was a great header in that game. Yeah. And obviously, on Saturday, Sheffield Wednesday, his goal was brilliant. It was really well taken. He started it all off with that flick from the move, which, to be honest, I never expected him to whip out. I didn't expect.
No, I didn't think he had such.
And then he got the assist too, which is a really good pass. Clearly, he's added a new element to his game completely.
And I think you've got to be even more impressed by what he did in that game by the fact that there was so much uncertainty around him.
Yeah,
there was a chance he wouldn't even still be here in 48 hours at the time.
Yeah.
So to just put all that out of his head and play as well as he did, I thought was seriously impressive.
100%. I mean, that game was potentially like fly or fall for him pretty much. He either stays here or he's sent off to Bratislava.
Bratislava, it was said about, wasn't it? They were heavily interested to play alongside Mick, which I'd have...
scored a hat-trick the day later.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be fascinated to know what sort of system they were planning with those two up front.
I'm going to Bratislava in October, so I'm going to go watch Mikola if I can.
You'll probably have seen more minutes of Mick playing in a Slovan Bratislava.
Oh, 100%. Because there's no way he's played more than 90 pretty much that I would have went to either.
That you went to, yeah, 100%. But Vipotnik obviously did stay here beyond the deadline. We'll do transfer stuff later. But Ronaldo as well.
Yeah.
Really good finish.
Mm-hmm.
Started the season brilliantly, didn't he?
Yeah, he looks so good. Honestly, he just looks like a new player. He's so much better at taking on his man now. He's getting in far better positions and his finishing looks way better. That Sheffield United goal was obviously really well taken and his goal on Saturday was phenomenal as well.
Yeah, that's 3 each for them this season now. And both Vipotnik and Ronald, obviously, competition has come in for them.
Yeah.
But that competition is going to have to win the shirt.
100%.
Because they're playing so well at the moment that I don't think you can take that away from them. I mean, Sheehan challenged somebody to win the shirt up front. Obviously, at the time, it was Cullen who had it. Vipotnik forced his way in, as you say, brilliant header against Watford, ridiculous goal against Plymouth,
Yeah.
and another really well taken goal against Sheffield Wednesday. The shirt's his at the moment.
Oh, 100%. It's his to lose, without a doubt.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And we do have, 7 points on the board after 4 games. So obviously a team that are gelling well at the moment.
Yeah. Well, we look really good. I mean, defensively, we look absolutely unbelievable. Like, we look like we're not going to concede a goal. We haven't conceded a goal from open play in what? League anchor? The one against Plymouth was from a free
Crawley
kick.
we conceded from open play.
I didn't even know we conceded
Yeah,
Crawley.
we 3-1 against Crawley and we conceded.
So in the league, we haven't conceded a single one. Like, I mean, that's ridiculous.
Oh, and it is... We just look so defensively solid, and the old adage in football is defense is winning you games, isn't it? Get a good platform, build a solid foundation, bring in the mercurial attacking talent to build on that.
Yeah. Wow.
And ultimately, I mean, there's a reason that when a new manager comes in, the first thing they do is tighten up a defense, isn't it? If they're coming into mid-season, because it is the base that builds you a good football team.
Yeah.
And ultimately, Alan Sheehan has built a good football team here.
Oh, he has. I think, we probably have 2 of the best centre-backs in the league. As a duo, they are both fantastic. Cameron Burgess has looked so solid. Vigouroux has been really important in goal as well. Like, he made a really good save against Watford. And then the 2 fullbacks have been pretty solid as well. I mean, Tymon's doing what he always does. And then I think he looks a little bit better than he did at the back end of last season. I still think that maybe he could have had someone. I think maybe we could have had someone who could challenge him, but
I probably wouldn't have spent money bringing in a right back. Certainly not. But Key, as you say, is the one that I'm not 100% sure of. But got Galbraith who can play there.
Yeah,
got Sam Parker who is impressing in the cup whenever he gets his opportunities.
A lot of people say obviously Galbraith can play there. But do you not think surely it's not as simple as moving somebody back to right back when it's in Galbraith's case? Because surely they'd have to change the system because you'd have a right back inverting into the midfield. Because Key plays quite wide.
Yeah, you probably would a bit, but it gives us a slightly different threat, doesn't it? Perhaps it changes the role that Timon plays slightly.
I think we'd need a more sort of defensive fullback to play that.
And we don't have anyone.
No, and you can't drop Timon either. Like, there's no way we'd ever drop Timon. But I think you'd need to have a setup where if you're gonna completely compact that midfield and have the right back pushing in, so you have 4 midfielders, you'd need a left back who could slot in centre back. I'd say.
I wouldn't say Timon is that. I know what you mean, but I think he's probably up there with our best players who probably don't change the formation just to do that.
100%.
Really. Key and Timon are fine.
Yeah, I think so. Timon's fantastic. I don't.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Timon's fantastic.
Fine.
He's fine. Yeah. And as a combination, it works. It works well. Obviously, the one thing that didn't happen in the Sheffield Wednesday game, which we thought might last time we were here, no teddy bears were thrown onto the pitch.
Absolutely gutted.
Honestly. I was devastated. I didn't, because it turns out the protest had been cancelled before the game. I didn't know this. And I was sitting there on the 10th minute waiting for teddy bears.
I saw it on our tweet because everyone was commenting protest, cancel protest. I was so disappointed. Do you know, someone on Twitter bought a teddy bear, one of the Swans fans.
I saw that, yeah.
And
has named it Cully Bear.
Yeah. Shout out to Reese. That is his name.
That is his name. But yeah, there is now a Cully Bear teddy bear. Which, where do you even start in it? But no, and obviously the protest still went ahead of don't spend £1 in the ground. Obviously, I think less Swans fans did buy stuff in the ground than usual, probably, I would say.
Yeah.
Obviously, some people won't care. Some people won't be aware
some
of
people
it.
Don't know.
So you can't blame people. I personally didn't spend anything, but try to keep the cost down of the day, and it's no bad thing.
Instead of £5 for a warm ball of Carlin.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing you a favour.
Hey, I was driving.
Well, yeah, fair play.
Can't do that. Did it happen back in the day? It was long. We left at 7, got back at midnight.
Christ.
Yeah, it was a long old day. Admittedly, we did stop in Spoons to eat on the way back, but it was a long old day. Worth it though, 100% worth it. Because as I say, we played brilliantly, and another win for Sheehan on the road, where we seem to have. Well, we seem to be brilliant both home and away at the moment, but he obviously set up well and we dominated the game. Like possession, shots on target, passes completed. We absolutely dominated it.
Yeah, I think it's going really well at the moment. I'm going to be completely honest. Like, to have a manager who can set up sort of, I don't think he really set up correctly in that Plymouth game, and we'll touch on that. But to set up correctly the majority of the time, home and away, is very impressive, because a lot of managers simply just don't know how to target an away game, I think. Like, Luke Williams didn't really, Russell Martin didn't. Like, I think now we look like a decent side going away. Like, I'd back us to get a minimum of a point.
It would always be, under Martin especially, and Luke to a certain extent as well, the whole narrative was, we'll look the same at home, away from home. It's like, that's great, but an away game is a different test to a home game, and sometimes you do have to be a bit more pragmatic and a bit more resilient. And we are doing that, even though we dominated the Sheffield Wednesday game. I mean, I feel bad for them because they looked appalling. And that's no surprise.
No.
But, I mean, they've only been able to bring in 2 players all window, and they're both Harry and Mass on loan, who I read last night that Man United are paying everything for. They're paying his wages. They're even paying, like, the cost of his accommodation to go to game. Like, that level of, like, just helping him out, but just wanting him to play is crazy. And obviously Horvath.
Yeah. God. Like, I think, as we said, Vopotnik's goal was really well taken, but if anyone was in goal bar Horvath, I think that's potentially saved.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, he put so much power behind him. Bloody hell.
Horvath.
He can't catch a break.
I swear this is a rogue anecdote, but I swear back in the day on Twitter, you thought Ethan Horvath was missing a thumb. I don't know why.
That wasn't me, but I do remember this being
It was you. When he was coming from Genk, was it, or something like that? Is that where he came from, the Belgian?
He came from Belgium.
It was absolutely
Forest.
you. Because I'd never even heard of him, and you were the one who told me about him, and you said he had 4 fingers.
Is he missing a thumb?
I think you predicted like where his career was heading after that point.
I'm starting to wonder.
He's not a goalkeeper missing it.
Explain a lot.
No.
Well, there was a guy who scored in the first ever World Cup final for Uruguay who only had 1 arm, wasn't there?
Yeah, there's an American footballer, woman who does as well.
Yeah,
Pickett, is it?
Yeah, she's in. Yeah,
but yeah, like I think it would
probably wouldn't help. It'd be more an issue for a goalkeeper.
I think it'd be very rogue if the goalkeeper was missing a thumb. You know, imagine like.
Yeah, you can't do that. Okay? For our audio listeners, we just tried to visualize what goalkeeping without thumbs would look like. No, he plays like he doesn't have thumbs, but he does have thumbs.
Yeah.
And Vopotnik scored a brilliant goal against him, but maybe other keepers would have kept it out.
Yeah.
It's the bottom line of it. We've gone on a tangent.
Yeah, we need to move on to the Plymouth game here. What did you make of the Plymouth game?
It was a pretty poor game of football.
Yeah.
Andy Fisher played brilliantly.
Unbelievable.
Proved that he does have thumbs.
That's a man with 2, yeah.
Yeah, that's a man with 2 thumbs. And no, he played really well, and it's a relief because I don't think it's harsh to say that Fisher's not had the best time in a Swan shirt, is he?
No, and I think it's always nice when he plays well because he's quite a deserving man of a good game, and because he's faced so much slack. Just
a lovely guy as well. Like his confidence was shot. Really nice guy.
Yeah.
Obviously, only ever tried to do his best, but was kind of put into a position that he shouldn't have been in. Was he? He wasn't a championship goalkeeper when he was signed, and you almost had to feel for him because his confidence was clearly shot. So whenever he does come into the team and play well, it's nice to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also, if we do ever get an injury to Vigouroux, he can play. Like if he carries on like that.
I think he's a perfectly fine second keeper because our defense is good now. We face a limited amount of shots a game. Whereas when he was our first choice goalkeeper, you know, there was potential that we were facing like 10 shots a game, and not just like any old shot from outside the box. Like ones where our centre backs had lost the ball and it had just fallen straight in. Like,
yeah, we gave up high quality chances, didn't we, under Martin, and when he was in goal, and as you say, kind of always set up to fail.
Mm-hmm.
What did you make of the penalty shootout and the draw as well?
Did we go the same side every single penalty? It was pretty impressive. It was like it was practiced. That's what we right every pen.
Yeah, we may well have actually. I didn't.
And he was really good save by Fisher on Sornola's pen. Maybe give him a word or two, you know, just.
Well, he's probably seen him take penalties in training before, hasn't he?
But yeah, it was, you know, that was a composed win from us in the end on that pen shootout. Like, it was a tough game. We didn't look brilliant, but to be fair, like from what's going on at Plymouth at the moment, that's the best they've looked all season.
They've been awful.
Yeah, and they were pretty decent in that game. Like, I saw their fans saying maybe this is, the turnaround.
It was.
Yeah, they got hammered, didn't they?
They got hammered by Cardiff, didn't they? Yeah, and I watched the highlights this afternoon actually, and they looked appalling in that game.
Yeah.
But they provided a threat for us, and it was Wiredu scored the goal for them, who I shouldn't laugh, but had a debut so bad they had to release a club statement.
What?
He got so much abuse from fans because of how bad his debut was that they had to release a club statement being like, what is going on here? And then, in fairness, he did put in, I'm not saying it's right to abuse your own players. He did put in one of the worst performances I've ever seen, but he did then equalise against us.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the Plymouth game, and as soon as I saw it, I thought, oh, that's typical.
Yeah.
But we looked all right.
It was just a run-of-the-mill cup match, really. You can't really... we're playing lower league opposition. You can't expect them to put on the best show in the world. They're just there to get the job done in a game like...
team,
yeah. They're just looking to get the job done in a game like that, I think. Nottingham Forest now, we're going to give it a good go, really, aren't we? We're going to try, put the best squad out we can, probably, and try get a win.
It's a rubbish draw, though, isn't it?
I don't love it.
I got so excited watching the draw when they said, we'll get... Right, and... playing a European team at home will be Swansea City, and I thought,
not all teams.
Chelsea, City.
I just wish it was an away game. The fact it's Nottingham Forest too, and we played them 3 years ago is bad enough, but I just wish it was away.
So excited. I was like, it's going to be Chelsea, City, Arsenal, and then they bring out a hat, Nottingham Forest. I was like, oh God, I completely forgot they were even in Europe.
That, by the way, the way that draw was done, very strange, isn't it?
Rogue on it. I mean,
Really
I know
weird.
why they did it. It's because the European teams couldn't play each other, which I don't really understand why they weren't allowed to play each other, but it's it was soul destroying, frankly. I was so excited for City at home.
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved, I'd love an away game against a lower league team. We never get them. We actually do never get them. I'd love a Doncaster or something, a team we haven't played in years. Never get them.
You wouldn't go though.
I'd go if it was a good away.
No, you wouldn't.
I'd go if it was
No, you wouldn't.
all right, let's have a check how many grounds you've been to and how many I've been to, because I've been to more.
I've done 40, I think.
I've done
39.
I think I've done 52, so there we are. So I did everyone in a Premier League season.
Glory hunter. Just a glory hunter, aren't you?
No, it was the season we won 2 games away all year. So.
Fair enough. There wasn't much glory going on then.
Yeah, there was zero glory.
Well, 2 bits of glory.
Crystal Palace in August.
What, 2 games?
And then what was it? To be fair, that Watford game.
The nasty
We're going on
one.
too many tangents here, but Christ,
Don't get greedy now.
What a goal that was.
I worked out my away win percentage, why I worked this out, I don't know, I've got too much time on my hands, clearly, but it is about 20%. It's pretty bleak.
Mine's so bad. I don't know the last time I've seen an away win. Honestly,
To be fair, you only seem to go to bad ones. I feel like I see you at the really disastrous away games.
Cardiff was probably. I think Cardiff may have been the last one I went to, so that makes sense. Yeah,
Luke Williams.
I don't think I could go to another after that because I was just crushed.
I couldn't watch most of that game. I was just sat after the third goal.
We stood together.
I was just sat turned around facing the other way. I couldn't watch.
I remember. Tom turned to me before kickoff, and obviously they have the safe standing. He was sort of rested on the barrier just before kickoff. He looked like that performance, and he was just going, "I don't think this is going to be a good day."
And it wasn't.
No,
it was a really bad day. But we've got to talk about the Vipotnik screamer as well.
Unbelievable finish. I mean, that just sums up how good his ball striking ability is, isn't it?
He can kick a ball very hard.
It's such a beautiful goal because the way it hits the bar as well. It's just, it's the type of goal you want to see.
100%. And we can segue this really nicely now.
I was hoping you were going to do it.
By talking about incredible Carabao Cup goals. Josh Ginnelly's left the club. Sorry, that sounded really sarcastic. It wasn't meant to be. He scored a brilliant goal in the Carabao Cup. Probably one of the best I've ever seen live.
Ridiculous. I mean, he beats 3 men and then just puts it top bins from 30 yards.
But he has had a horrendous time with injuries.
You just got to feel bad for him, haven't you? I mean, what was it, 8-9 games into that season under Michael Duff that he just did his ACL against Sheffield Wednesday, was it?
It was his Achilles.
Achilles, yeah.
Blew up, basically. Yeah. It was one from people who sort of were treated the injury of described as one of the worst Achilles injuries they've ever seen, and he has never recovered from it.
No.
It was against Sheffield Wednesday. I think it was late September.
Yeah, it's very early on in the season.
He missed the entire of the Luke Williams reign. Played a couple of times at the back end of last season, but just looked a shell of a player.
It was a few off the bench and a few for the under-21s. I mean,
because he played Southampton in the cup that game, and then got injured again, and just didn't play for months. And you've just got to feel for him, haven't you? I hope he does.
To be fair, I'd take an injury after watching Josh McLaughlin in goal that game. Good Lord.
Sign for Borough.
Unbelievable.
I can't believe he's still
I saw someone tweet earlier, he didn't look fit to be on the coach. How was he?
No, he was thankfully never required. One of those where you sign a backup keeper hoping to never have to play them. And we gave him that one game, and it was clear that if we ever needed a backup, it would have to be the third choice if we ever needed a keeper. But no, we obviously, I hope Ginnelly does go on to have a successful career. And just
it looks like he might go back up to Scotland, doesn't it? Or just up north.
I thought he was going to Falkirk.
Yeah, same.
Because we obviously last night was deadline day. So 4 players left the club, 3 on loan, 1 permanently. Was Josh Ginnelly. Philip Lisser joined Falkirk.
Mm-hmm.
Joel Cottrell joined Bristol Rovers, and Ollie Cooper joined Wigan.
Yeah.
What do you make of those loans? And particularly probably Philip Lisser's, because it's his first one.
Yeah, I think the one for Philip Lisser, I think is great. I mean, he's been injured. He was injured for a while, wasn't he? He missed a lot of, was it last season or the season before?
I think both.
I genuinely both, yeah. And it's nice as well because he's going up there with somebody he knows. Kyrell Wilson, I think it's a long way from home, isn't it, really? Obviously Swansea's not their home, but where's Kyrell Wilson from? London, isn't he? We brought him from Chelsea. Yeah. Falkirk up in Scotland, that's very far away. So it's nice to at least have someone with him who...
And his Falkirk career started pretty well, hasn't it?
Yeah, it was a well-taken goal. And I mean, I've seen their fans. Do you see the limbs?
The limbs look unreal.
Ridiculous.
I mean, I'm just glad to see the Swans Falkirk link
back. Yeah.
It's 2015.
And for once, it's us giving them players. It's beautiful.
God bless Botti BRB. What a player. Who else was it?
BRB? Stephen
Kingsley.
Fulton.
Was
Adam King from there or Dundee? There was
Blair.
One. Blair, yeah.
Ryan Blair. Yeah, it was. I can't believe I mentioned BRB before Fulton.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
10 years of service. And I may remember.
Scored against BRB. Man United for the under-21s once, I think.
Who know?
BRB.
Oh, right. 10 years of service. I'm just going to talk about Fulton.
No.
Yeah, BRB never played a game. But it's nice to see us doing business with Falkirk again. It's like the good old days.
And they love it as well,
Yeah, they were saying the same thing, that the link is back, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But it is funny. I think a good opportunity for Philip Lisser to play.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, those who watch the Academy all the time, I know probably many people watch be familiar with Mark Rees on Twitter. He's the main Academy guy. He's described Lisser as the most talented player to come to the door in 10 years.
Yeah.
So
that includes the likes of Joe Roden, all of them. And to be fair, every time I've watched him, he's looked solid.
Oh yeah, I've been really impressed every time I've seen him. But it's just injuries.
And
Sheehan's a big fan.
Yeah.
Sheehan mentions him in press every time.
Yeah, he just needed some in. I think this low move could really be it for him. And then, we look at the other ones. Ollie Cooper's a big one. I think this is make or break for his Swansea City career, really, this loan.
I'm glad it's a loan.
Yeah, I'd be gutted if it was a permanent, because I think with, obviously, Yalkoue's coming on loan, so he's kind of taken his spot, and Fulton's got 1 more year left. But I think Cooper's got a lot more to give. He could so easily be that 5th, 6th, whatever it is, option still.
And Wigan fans will love him.
Yeah, I think he'll do really well. He's more than what the stat sheet would ever say about Ollie Cooper. He's a hard worker. He's a really nice guy too. I watched his interview and he just seemed buzzing to be there, to be honest. Obviously every player seems buzzing to be there in an interview.
Delighted
none
to
of
be here.
None of the biggest club in the world types. It was just, he just seemed really happy. So, and it's nice for him because he's had so many issues with injuries where we said it yesterday. He kind of plays 5-6 games, starts building up a bit of momentum, looking good, and then set back for 3-4 weeks.
He played really, really well at the start of last season.
Yeah.
Before that injury came.
Mm-hmm.
it was before the Oxford game, wasn't it? And he kind of never really recovered from it. Like, obviously, by the time he recovered, Williams was gone, who was obviously a big fan of him, and Sheehan found his team.
Moved on, yeah.
So he kind of never really... And Sheehan said to me and the boys in the fans forum that he never had a fair crack of the whip in terms of, because others were playing so well, he was never able to sort of play himself into it.
And Cooper's one of them who I'll always believe him, because that purple patch under Russell Mine where scored that goal against Cardiff, that is like...
I mean, the club clearly saw something, because offered him a contract until 2027 on the back of it.
Yeah.
He's still got another 2 years to run on his deal.
Exactly,
so.
yeah. And then Joel Cottrell obviously gone to Bristol Rovers. That is another good loan. Obviously, it's pretty close to home again. He was, I think, for whatever reason, they're trying to put him closer to home now, because his last two have been Swindon and Bristol Rovers. When he went up to Stockport, didn't work out, did it? But
it's the only one I'm a little bit disappointed by.
Yeah,
I'd quite like to have seen him go to League One.
I think he did deserve a step up. Swindon fans reckon he was, phenomenal last season. And from, every clip I've watched of him from last season, he looked pretty good. And he's really promising. Like, I expected him to, maybe not have a crack at the first team, but get a bit in pre-season.
I know he's really highly rated by the club.
But he was a bit of an unseen man, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he kind of, never really had it. And I thought might have played in the cup. I wonder if it was a conscious decision to not play him, because now if he does really well at Bristol Rovers, as I reckon,
sent up like Joel Caldwell was. Yeah,
sent up to League One. But as I said, I'd quite liked like an Exeter or something.
I was thinking that.
I think would have been a good move for him. But at the same time, he'll play a lot of football there, I think.
Absolutely, yeah.
And hopefully, I mean, we'll be playing for a team that are challenging at the top of the division, you'd expect. And that's a brilliant experience for any player.
Yeah, 100%.
If he's playing in a team that are winning every week.
For sure.
So enough about outgoings. Let's talk about the exciting bit.
The fun part, yeah.
Incomings. What's your favourite, and what did you make of all of them?
My favourite for the whole window, or
we'll do deadline day first, and then we'll do the whole window.
I think it has to be Manuel Benson. He's such a fun player. I've missed that sort of. We haven't really had a player like him for a long time.
Championship Robin.
Yeah, a left-footed right winger who just cuts in and bangs on the opposite corner, and he's done it so many times, but they just can't be stopped ever.
I cannot wait to watch him. I am so excited by this signing.
And do you know what? Like, I've been scared all day, all of last night that deal wouldn't go through. I've been refreshing my phone all day, all night, just waiting. But then that relief at 7 p.m. when they announced it, that we'd actually managed to get it done.
We should say we were sitting in here about to record, fed up, because we were like, oh God, we're going to have to caveat everything with like, if he signs. And like, we'd know because we genuinely had no idea.
Yeah.
And we'd know by the time this came out, and it would potentially, loads of it would not matter. I can't wait to see him in a Swansea shirt.
He's going to be so good. Obviously, we mentioned that he's got to win the shirt from Ronaldo, but I think there's a good chance he might.
I think he probably will.
He's suffered a bit at Burnley because he was pretty much one of their star players going back 2-3 years ago, but now he's like a forgotten man. He was playing for their under-23s. Injuries have played a big part in that, and obviously he's looked like he was going to go to other clubs multiple times over the window and over the last year, really, and it's never really panned out. But it's nice for him to be I think he's such a good player. He's just a player you want in your side, to be honest, and he's exciting.
I mean, there were times in that season Burnley went up under Company. He scored 12 goals in that season in quite limited minutes. I know Company used him off the bench quite a bit. I don't really know if we'll ever see 90 minutes out of him.
No.
I think that's
He's a bit of a Montero.
Yeah, a little bit, in terms of like, isn't 90 minutes fit? I don't think, and kind of never will be. So there's still very much a role for Ronald to play. But there were times in that season where he was genuinely unplayable.
Yeah. Like the whole of that team, to be honest. That team was one of the best teams I've ever watched in the Championship.
One of the best kits I've ever seen in the Championship.
I don't rate it that much. When you said he was the best kit you've seen in the last 10 years.
From an English team, I think so. I absolutely... And like, it had classic football shirts on the front of it, and that's so fitting because...
That is very cool, to be fair.
A classic football shirt.
I don't think
it
so.
is an absolute...
That's no one they'll be wheeling out in like 10, 15 years.
Oh, I think so. I think it's unreal.
It's like your nan's carpet, mate. Like, it's not the type of shirt you want. Like,
I do like claret and blue. I love a claret and blue football shirt. I don't know why. Like cool cut, Burnley, Villa, West Ham, impossible to
What do you
release
say,
that
Esther?
shirt.
You had a soft spot for Burnley.
I quite like them as
You
a
might
club.
be the only man on earth to have a soft spot for
Right,
Burnley.
a soft spot is like really doing a lot of heavy lifting. I just quite like them as a
You
club.
said the word soft spot.
But like, you know what I mean? It's like everyone has like clubs that they don't mind. I just quite like them. They were great fun to watch under company. We went up there. Everyone was like, it was genuinely like, I was expected to be the best place in the world, I'll be honest. Everyone was really nice. We had a great time there. We got battered 4-0.
Fair enough.
But nice people, really. As lots of people are in the north.
Yeah, I mean, much better than a southern away
Much
day. The
better
north
than a
is
southern
always,
away
isn't it?
day,
It's
yeah.
the one thing I love about the championship is most of the away days are in the north.
I do like a London away day. That is different.
Yeah, that is
It's
kind of a different
like-
world now.
I don't know. I know Watford is basically London, but like as about as exciting as it gets in terms of away days, isn't it?
Respect Hertfordshire.
No, and I know why you're saying that.
So we also signed another striker on deadline day, Idah. What do you make of that?
So there's a few things you've got to sort of mention. First of all, I'm stunned Celtic actually sanctioned it.
Yeah.
All day, I thought this is going to fall through. This is going to fall through because Celtic said he will not leave until we sign a striker, and they missed out on about 25 striker targets.
They didn't sign one.
No,
Signed
exactly.
a winger. And that was it.
And now they're looking at Bamford and Iheanacho, which, God almighty. So I'm surprised they actually let Idah leave the club. A lot has been made of the fee,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of money
Mhm.
because he hasn't necessarily shown in the championship that he's worth that amount of money. He hasn't necessarily shown it all the time at Celtic, but the season before last, he scored 16 goals in all competitions between Norwich and Celtic.
Yeah.
He scored 20 last season.
Mm-hmm. Including some really important ones in the Champions
Exactly,
League.
including 2 at Villa Park in Champions League.
Yeah.
Celtic fans have got high expectations. The pressure of playing for Celtic
It's massive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's very different to the pressure of playing.
Exactly.
Here.
Like, we said this in the space last night. Obviously, people like to think that the Scottish League's a farmers' league. It is a lower standard, but regardless, the 2 clubs in it are completely unlike any other clubs on the planet. They are some of the biggest clubs on the planet, despite being, in a terrible league. So the pressure,
I think even more so for him because I imagine
he's a fan.
He's a fan. Yeah, being an
Yeah.
Irish lad playing up front for Celtic.
Yeah.
Is about as much pressure as it gets. It's going to be a bit different to that down here, and the way we set up and the way teams set up against us probably will help him more. Like he is good running in behind, chasing onto loose balls. He is quite good holding the ball up. He's good in the air. I can absolutely see how we've landed on him as a target.
Yeah.
We've clearly looked for specific traits from a striker. We want someone big. We want someone who's good at pressing, who works hard, quick.
Mm-hmm. And he can stretch a line really well.
Yeah.
And I think that's quite hard to do when you play for Celtic because every team will set up in a low block against you.
100%. Every single team you play for Celtic is going to be
no
10
team
men
takes the game to them,
Apart from when they play Rangers, obviously. But
neither of them took the game to each other on Sunday, to be fair.
It's the worst game of football.
So they tweeted the XG philosophy. It's the lowest XG game that the XG philosophy have ever covered.
My God, it felt like it as well. It was appalling. And they could have done with him. I mean, he was left out the squad.
Yeah.
And it was a dire game of football. But it's a case of, I think, if he starts scoring goals, people will forget the price tag.
100%. And at the end of the day, like Vital said it, didn't he? Over 4 years, it's 1.5.
Well,
it's
5 years. He's
5 years. So it's like, it's like 1 million each year PSR, 1.5, whatever. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad of a deal. And we said it, the football accountants of the world, the Twitter football accountants. At the end of the day, if the club didn't have the money, if the club didn't believe he was good enough, they wouldn't do it. We don't, as fans, we do not know nearly, we don't know 10% of what actually goes on. Like, the club will know why they signed Idah over Richard Kone or, Kevin Carlos.
I would have preferred Kone.
I know, but you know what what was it? It was like a 30% sell on or
Yeah,
something
it's a
Wickham
big
wanted.
sell.
Like, that, absolutely ridiculous. Like, you sell him in a few years and then all the fans be kicking off because we're only getting, 70% of the deal.
No, I do understand what you mean, but I don't understand one of the narratives around Idah, which is like, oh, it's just jobs for the boys. It's because OD has worked with him before. If he didn't think he was any good, we wouldn't be dropping £7 million on him. We obviously really rate him, and he's obviously a good character because somebody who's worked with him before has gone, yeah, let's bring him in.
And I think, honestly, our fans do just need to get behind him. He's had a really tough few months at Celtic. He's pretty much been ousted out by their fans just because of the pressures. They think they deserve someone better, and they've ended up with absolutely no one, which just about says enough. They'd be dying for Idah now, really. Like,
I saw a tweet last night from a Rangers fan in the midst of their disastrous striker search, just going, Celtic have put in a £10 million bid for Swansea striker Adam Idah. It did make me laugh. But I'm really excited. But as we've said with Benson, and as we'll say with Idah as well,
he has to win the shirt.
They've got to win the shirt.
Vopotnik has every right to that place, and so does Ronaldo. But these two players have got to win the shirt.
100%. And ultimately, there's a bit of a there's a bit of a sort of narrative emerging, which is, Idah will play no matter what because we spent all this money on him. It's like,
I don't think so.
If Vopotnik is scoring the goals that could fire us to the Premier League, he's going to play.
Yeah, 100%.
If he's like in red hot form,
they're not going to drop him.
They're not going to drop him, no.
Yeah, so we made one final deadline day signing, and I'll let you take the victory lap.
I'm going to take a victory lap. I sat here and said, sorry, who was the guy you suggested? I can't remember his name.
Lund, was it?
Yeah, some random. I sat here and said, we should sign Ishe Samuel-Smith as our backup left back, which is possibly the most rogue hill to die on ever. And it's happened.
You weren't really dying on the hill. It was a bit of a suggestion. You didn't beg the club for him.
All right, yeah, fair enough. I'm
sure Adam Worth watched this and thought, yeah, that Ollie Trussler. Were we going in for Mark Harris as well? Because that's the other person
he was next on the list after Idah.
Yeah.
I think if Idah did knock this back, it would have been Harris. No, it wouldn't have been Harris. That was a genuinely terrible suggestion. You can't get a game for Oxford. I don't know what I was thinking.
That is your hit rate, 1 out of 6 or whatever. That is what you average usually on tape.
It's like 2 players from that list that I made. I haven't signed any of your boys. I said Galbraith as well.
Yeah, but everyone knew Galbraith was quite obvious.
Brilliant, isn't he? Look at me, look at my scouting. No, Samuel-Smith is an interesting one because in an ideal world he never plays, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tom said it on the space last night. The only reason he'll ever play is because Tyman's injured. Or the cup.
Yeah.
He'll definitely
Or he needs a break, either way.
Yeah. But in an ideal world, Tyman is so good that he plays every week. But at the same time, if this kid comes in and absolutely knocks it out of the park, is absolutely amazing, he gets his chance.
Yeah.
I think he is coming in to provide cover. But that is what a loan is needed for. I mean, it's very similar to the Caelan Casey loan, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, he's a very exciting prospect, isn't he, at the end of the day? I mean, allegedly he was very close to the Everton first team before he made the move to Chelsea, so...
Very bizarre, mind. The fact he's back at Chelsea again. Because see, we assume we signed him from Strasbourg, but he was there for 30 days.
33 days.
33 days, and then rejoined Chelsea.
And he was a £7 million deal as well, something like that, wasn't it? And he went on the bench of them once too.
Don't ask questions, I don't think.
No. He's the most PSR player ever, apparently.
Yeah, exactly, because that was why he joined Chelsea in the first place, wasn't it? But obviously, we're not alleging any wrongdoing for legal reasons.
Mr. Bowley.
No, I'm sure Todd's not watching. Well, he does listen to Twitter Spaces. Do you remember that? When Chelsea fans were sitting on Twitter Spaces, suggesting players, and he was just sitting there listening.
That sounds so like him.
Yeah, sort of thing you do. But no, Samuel-Smith is back at Chelsea, but we've benefited from it because he's here on loan. And obviously, I suggested him because there are a very limited number of left backs we could have signed in that space.
Yeah, I mean, what you could have signed. The only others I could have suggested were Chambers from Liverpool and
Galvez from City.
Exactly. Just a youngster who's never played pretty much.
And Scarles from West Ham was the only other one I could think of. But yeah, so we've done exactly what we needed to in that position.
Mm-hmm.
So who do you think will do a sort of overall transfer window chat? Who do you think is the best signing we've made?
I think it's got to be Galbraith, isn't it? At the moment, I think he's turned in 3-4 man of the match performances, and he just looks unbelievable. He's just so good he's so good on the ball, and he's the reason we are winning games at the moment, pretty much, because he is just so fantastic in that middle. I've got to say, Cameron Burgess is
Burgess
the
was
second
the
shout.
one I was going to say. If you'd said to me before the summer, we will upgrade on Harry Darlin, I wouldn't have believed it.
Yeah. And he's like 10 times the player, honestly. He is so good.
But it's the little things that he does that are just like experience, obviously.
Just using his body.
Uses his body unbelievably well. I can only imagine Cabango is loving playing alongside him because he makes his job so much easier.
Yeah.
He's been fantastic. I mean, it's a couple of dodgy passes, but
who cares about a long ball going off the pitch
exactly.
when we're keeping clean sheets every week?
In terms of actual defending, best player we've had since Guehi. And I mean that. It doesn't sound like as spectacular as it should be, because obviously Mark Guehi was, in terms of actual defending and on the ball, just so good.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I mean, I've already seen enough to just know that and Cabango as well. I think him and Burgess, there's little in it between them who's better, but we have absolutely got one of the best pairs of centre backs in the Championship.
No, I agree. And I think overall the window's been fantastic. I think we've picked 2 players there, but we could have picked half of them. I think Stamenic looks really promising at the moment.
He looks like a Rolls Royce. I mean,
Anusa looks really good. He's obviously played limited minutes so far, but in that Sheffield Wednesday game, he looked fantastic. Yeah.
Got the assist for the partner's goal.
So I think it just about sums up how good our window's been.
And then there's Manuel Benson. I can't even do so everyone's seen it, the hostage taking video, essentially, isn't it? Well, that's what people have called it. Don't look at me like that.
No, it's so fun. We've got 2 players who make it into the top 10 of the best PL pronunciations, because Yalkue gets in on all of them as well, because he's like looking up in the air nervously, and he goes down. He goes,
I hadn't actually seen the Benson one before this. I got to be honest. Yeah,
it comes up on my For You page all the time.
What actually is it? They just make
they do pronunciations for every single player and manager in the league. It's on YouTube. It's like hours long, and it's so good. Honestly, some of them are so funny.
I've seen the Jackson one.
Have you seen the Farker one?
No.
Oh, the Daniel Farker one's great.
What's it for? Like for broadcasters, is it? So they know how
it's for everyone. It's for fans and stuff, because obviously, like foreign fans might not know how to pronounce just like a random English.
I remember the one from the Euros where it was like Patrick Schick, like loads of like Josko Gvardiol. John McGinn.
Yeah, well, John McGinn, again, he's on there, isn't he? So.
Yeah, John McGinn.
But yeah, this is so good.
It is, and you use that as the photo to announce Benson with as well.
Yeah.
I did wonder if we'd use... There were multiple ways we could have gone with the announcement, but when they like don't go to bed just yet, I wonder if there'd be a reference to Benson's for beds.
That would be truly terrible.
Well, it works, doesn't it?
That'd be awful.
Other bed shops are available.
Yeah.
But, well, it's probably the most famous.
You're like the driest man on earth.
Bed retailer in the country.
Oh.
Could have done Manuel from Faulty Towers as well. That's what a couple
that
of
one I
fans
can respect.
suggested. Sorry, I should have gone with that one first. But
Benson's for bloody beds.
There's one in Forest Park. Could have sent one of the media team up there, take a photo. Don't go to bed just yet.
The Rossies announcement was way better.
The Rossies announcement was brilliant. Yeah. It's not official until they stood outside Rossies. I love
so good.
In the Transformer when that guy was like doing the question. Where's he going with this? And it was gold.
So the way some people start the questions and the fans,
there's a lot
so
of
great.
where you sit there and you go, where are they going with this? And often it turns out to be a good question.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you said, I'm glad they clipped that up and used it.
Yeah.
But I'd agree with you, and I have to throw Benson in amongst our most exciting signings.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been the most exciting transfer window we've had in years.
It's been, probably our best window since like the Premier League days. I mean, 13 signings, and like we said it yesterday, there is a difference between quantity and quality, and we've got both. We've brought in quantity, but all the players are quality.
We're going for it this year.
Exactly. we're going win now. We are. Like, there's a situation where a few years ago we did this exact thing, but half of the players turned out to be absolutely awful.
Can I add? I know exactly what you're referencing the Duff window.
Yeah.
2 players remain from that now. Timon and Key are the only 2. Now Ginnelly's left.
Mm-hmm.
And the only 2 we got a fee for were Yates and Kukurevich, who obviously we will have lost a lot of money on both of them. It's mental.
It was one of the worst windows ever. But now you look on and it's like a distant memory, isn't it?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Paul Watson feels like a long time ago.
Like, not to jump the gun, but I think we might be back.
I know you're just saying that to try and clip it up for a video. I can see right through you.
No.
You've got a TikTok edit in your head and you've gone, we might be back.
No. It's like just my Twitter language, isn't it? You're definitely not having one. If someone ever made an edit of Oli Truss, I'd pack this up. I'm not even gonna lie. I'd end it off. But we are back, aren't we? To be honest, like, this window has been so good. It's better than we could have ever imagined. Like, we expected that we'd have a good window the second we were signing. The second all the rumours were coming through straight away, and we were signing players instantly as the window had sort of opened. Like Anusa, we sent him in May. Like, it was very hopeful from there. But this has been ridiculous. Those 3 deadline day signings are all quality signings that we needed. And now we're too deep in every position.
We're a long way away in terms of deadline day signings as well. Because obviously we signed a lot of players on deadline day before. Yeah. We signed 3 players on deadline day this time. And there's a sort of perception of like, oh, well, if you're signing players on deadline day, you don't know what you're doing. No. If you're signing kids on loan on deadline day, you don't know
the
what
Charles
you're doing.
Sager Juniors of the world,
If you're signing players of this quality, then you know exactly what you're doing, and they haven't been available until deadline.
Well, I mean, it shows how prepared we were, because the 3 wingers we were linked to, obviously Benson was the one we got, and I'm very happy we did. He's my favourite one. Well. But they were all fantastic. I really like Kamara. Patrick Roberts is a promotion winner in the Championship now and a fantastic player again. Yeah, I mean, they were prepared. They were so prepared from day one to deadline day.
Yeah, 100%. And we are going to go into the season too deep in every position.
Yeah.
And you're looking at it, you're going, Cullen will make the bench. Fulton might not make the bench. Bobby Wales might not make the bench. And it's like, these are players who probably would have been coming on all the time for us 2 seasons ago.
Well, Fulton was still coming on recently. Yeah. So
Cullen scored 12 goals last season, and yet he will play a lot.
You can't find a place for him almost,
the obvious role for him isn't there. And that just says to me how sort of much we are going for it.
Yeah.
The expectation has to be the playoffs now, isn't it?
100%. I think I wouldn't be too upset if we just missed out. Maybe if we were to get 7th or 8th, I could accept that.
Yeah.
But I think playoffs is the obvious position where we should be aiming for now, because we've got a fantastic squad. We've got a squad that is built to challenge in this league.
Well, we've averaged since Sheehan came in, like with points per game.
Oh, God. We're winning the league then, aren't we?
No, we've run at 90 points average, right? In the 19 games since he came in, 1.96 points per game. We've got a better squad now. We're getting 100 points.
break Reddin's record.
No, we're not getting 100 points. We will not win the league. Or will we? No, we're not winning the league. But we're going to be right up there, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Like, we've just signed so many quality players. Like, this just isn't Swansea City, is it? No. It just doesn't feel right that we aren't here moaning about deadline day. Like, it doesn't feel right.
How are we not sitting here having an inquest into the window? It feels wrong.
Think of our last few deadline day discussions. The last one, we were in the midst of the whole Williams debacle. Grimes had just left, and did we sign anyone on that deadline day in January? Oh yeah, it was on deadline. We once did a space where we signed not a single player on deadline day, and we completely lost our minds. It just seems so far away now. All of that just seems so far away.
It does. Jacob Wright feels like a long time ago now, doesn't it?
Crying about missing out on him.
Yeah, I just think we've got to say, Adam Worth is the man who's finding these players, identifying them. Richard Montague is the one getting the deals over the line. Brett Cravett and Jason Cohen are the ones funding it. Alan Sheehan is the one putting the team together on the pitch. And all of them deserve an immense amount of credit.
Yeah, they've done a fantastic
And Snoop
job.
Dogg and Luka Modric for picking up the phone when they're needed as well.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, the proof will be in the pudding, but on paper, it's a 10 out of 10 window.
It is. It's possibly, it could prove to be one of the biggest windows in our club's history, even.
It's certainly one of the biggest. We've spent a fortune.
One of the most important.
But we've lost nobody as well.
Yeah.
In the end, not a single bid for Franco or
Mhm.
really any sort of firm interest.
Nothing for Cabango.
Nothing for Cabango.
Nothing for Timon.
No.
You know?
Just, a couple of clubs sniffed around, I think, but nothing ever concrete. We've managed to retain all our key players. Only people who've left are people we'd be happy to see go.
Yeah.
Apart from Darlin, but
we replaced him way
he's
back.
gone now. Yeah, exactly. We've signed a much better player.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible not to say what you said just now. We're back.
We are. I mean, it's not even a TikTok edit type thing. We just are. It's as simple as that. God knows, I can't even sort of pinpoint what I want our expectations to be because it could be anything. Never know.
We'll get on booking.com after this. We're going to Wembley. We're sailor's hats for the next episode. It's got to happen. But we don't know when that's going to be. We will sort of finish by saying this is probably the last episode for a while that will take place here in Mumbles Coffee.
Not the last episode for a while, though.
Here. We'll be back. Obviously, we've been doing them every 2 weeks over the summer. We'll probably have to take a little bit of a longer break. We're both doing master's degrees. I'm moving elsewhere to do it.
Where are you moving?
I'm not doxing myself. I'm moving elsewhere to do mine. You're staying here. So I'll have to work out a plan of how we're going to record. But we will be back. Just like the Swans are.
If anyone has a nice little business in Swansea that would like to house us, as we are now homeless, feel free.
Well, we need somewhere
that Ollie can get the train to, preferably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be still at Swans games, plenty.
That's a pity, isn't it?
Living elsewhere.
That is a real pity.
Yeah. But I'll let you sign it off.
Yeah. As always, we appreciate you all for watching, and we'll see you all in a bit. Bye.